So why is teaching middle school such a hard job? Well, the answer is simple. Those kids are crazy. Now, I know it probably sounds like a bad thing, but let me explain what I mean by that. But before I do, let's roll that intro and get the show on the road. Now, I thought about looking up a whole bunch of statistics and facts about what the brain development and all the social, emotional learning that goes on, but I don't know. I don't need to do that. We know how these kids are. We know how these kids are because we were that way when we're their age. I mean, I'm thinking back when I was a teenager and man, I was all sorts of mess. I didn't know who I was, what I stood for. I didn't know about the world I lived in. I had all these emotions going on, these different things I wanted to do and not do, and they had no control of who I was as a person. And kids these days are no different. So next time you have one of those days where you're thinking, is it me or is it them? Well, the answer is it's them. Now, it might be you a little bit. Okay, maybe 10% you and me, right? Maybe we can do something a little different. But 90% of the time, it is them as they're just trying to figure out who they are in this crazy world. And of course, this COVID thing, well, that's a whole other level on top of all that. To demonstrate this craziness, let me just tell you one story. And this takes place my first year of teaching. It's a middle school, 8th grade. And in my classroom are these 3 boys, young men. I don't know what you call them. That's the problem, right? What are they, right? Boys, I don't know. Anyways, these 3 guys are in my class. And it's a day after Halloween, and they're just having a great time hanging out, eating their candy, talking about trick-or-treating. They're talking about what costumes they wore and the candy they got. They're comparing the candy. They're just so pumped up about Halloween and how great it was, what houses they went to. And they were just having a great old time. I thought, man, these 3 kids, they're so sweet. And no joke, 1 second later, this girl walks by my classroom and they go from talking about Halloween to catcalling. They go, ow, baby, ooh. Like, what? And I think, what is wrong with you guys? How can you go from talking about Halloween and candy to the next thing, catcalling? And the craziest thing is when she walked past them, they went back talking about Halloween again. These kids are crazy. So once again, when you have one of those days thinking, is it them or me? It is them. And that is why middle school is such a hard grade to teach, because these kids are trying to figure everything out. If you want more tips and tricks of the trade, click on one of the links above here. And remember, stay zesty.